So I'm heading to Beverly Hills today for a business trip from San Diego near the Fairbanks Ranch area. You can see last night I fully charged and I have 263 rated miles. I'm actually in a loaner car. My car's in the shop getting some paint work done. You can see this is a P85. It has 6,500 miles on it. And from here I'm gonna head to Hawthorne. You can see it says it's about 2 hours and 10 minutes, 108 miles. Should get there around 9 o'clock. So I'm leaving really early. It's about 6:47 right now. Dropping my son off early. You can see there's absolutely no one around. They have an ESS here where I can drop him off 6:30, so we're gonna head for Hawthorne and see how it is. It'll be my first time on a Supercharger. See how we do on the time here. It says we should be there around 9 o'clock, so we'll check back in here in a little bit. We have to make a unplanned stop in San Clemente. Got a service tire pressure system warning. So we're gonna put some air in. So we made it here to the Tesla Hawthorne Supercharger. You can see I have 135 rated miles left. If we remember, we started the journey with 263 miles, and it was 110 miles from where we left. So I should have about 53 rated miles, and we only have 135, so I burned about 18 miles more. You can see it is 8:48 a.m. so we made pretty good time. We had to stop and get some air for that warning, but we'll charge up. You can see I just hooked up. It's right next to SpaceX. You have to go through their parking lot. And you can see there's only one other car right now. It's only about 9 o'clock in the morning. There's room for about 6 spots here. And I only could go 80 miles an hour. I have a loaner. My car's in the shop, so probably didn't burn as much as I usually would. But we'll go through here. And you can see it says it's charging at about 246 miles per hour, and it's climbing a little bit, so we'll see. It's still going up, 250. We'll check back here in a little bit. You can see it's 8:50 a.m. We have 140 miles. We'll check back here in a little bit. You can see it looks like they just added another station here, but there's no charging unit. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like spots for 6, and then there's a couple parking spots here, so they have room to grow and add a couple more over here. And potentially more room to grow over there as well. See a grassy spot with some water in it right now, but probably could make a couple more spots. Pretty cool technology. You can see it's pretty consistent, about 245 miles an hour charge rate. We have 155 miles. When we got here with 135 miles. You can see it's only 8:54 in the morning, so it's charging at a pretty good rate. We have a couple meetings here in Beverly Hills, and we're going to have lunch and going to drive around a bit, so I'm not sure how many miles we're going to burn, and then we're going to head back to San Diego. So we'll charge here about 20 minutes and see how many miles we get back. But you can see it's pretty fantastic technology. There's only one other car next to us here, another bay, 2 bays over. You can just see the miles going right in just while we're sitting here pretty quickly. You can see the rate of charge has gone down a little bit. There's a third car here that's plugged in. He's come up here in the last couple minutes, so the charging has gone down to about 208 miles an hour. But you can see it's only 9:06 a.m. We got here about 8:50, and we got here with 135 rated miles. Already here in about 15 minutes we've gotten back 60 miles already, so it's a pretty good rate. We're gonna probably leave here about 9:15, 9:20, so we can make a 10 o'clock meeting here in Beverly Hills, and that should be enough to drive around here in Beverly Hills and LA, have lunch, and then head back to San Diego here in the same day. Okay, we're getting ready to leave here in about 5 minutes. You can see it's down to about 187 miles an hour charge rate. You can see right here we've charged 80 miles already. We've charged 80 miles in about 25 minutes. You can see the time. It's 9:15. We got here about 8:53. We started charging, so you can see everything. You can keep track of everything right here. The charge rate, how many miles you put back in. You can put shows you the amps, and then it shows you how many miles, rated miles, you have back in your battery. I noticed that a lady was here when we pulled up. Looked like she's sleeping. She must have been completely empty because she's still charging. But we'll check back in here before we take off to see how many miles we leave with. Okay, we're getting ready to take off here. You can see it is 9:22. We wanted to get out of here by 9:25, and you can see it's down to about 174 miles an hour, and we've put back in 96 miles. You can see the battery has about 231 miles, so that's more than enough to drive around LA and get back to San Diego, so we're going to take off. And back where we began, here at my son's school. I thought I'd have to ask one of my friends or neighbors to pick up my son, but you can see we're back here in San Diego. We have 85 rated miles left. I actually picked up 25 miles at a Blink charger in Beverly Hills there, and it worked out great. My wife had a meeting this morning right at La Cienega and Wilshire. I ended up meeting a client at the SLS hotel. right there around the corner, so it worked out good. We both had our meetings. It's 4:09 p.m. in the afternoon. We're back. You can see here where we're at. Just right here at my son's school, just adjacent to Fairbanks Ranch. And big shout out to my friends on City Data. You can see here, you can browse the web.